Well, Dreyer came to Paris to buy some money to make the film. It was not a problem because the last film he made was rather successful. It was the Maître du Logis, so he could find money very easily for La Passion de Jeanne d'Arc. But he didn't succeed in finding a French interpret, so he was walking around les Grands Boulevards in Paris when he passed by le Théâtre de Paris, where Falconetti was playing La Garçonne de Victor Marguerite. And La Garçonne was a very pretty, new-fashioned woman, very much makeup, and she was dancing the Charleston upon the stage. The Charleston was lancé by Falconetti in this play, the dance, Charleston. Dreyer had heard from Falconetti before, and he was curious to see what she could do. So he buys the ticket and come inside the movies, and among the public, the great public, he had a look at her, and he told afterwards that his very wise eyes, regard, he could see behind the making up very heavy, a woman of suffering, a suffering woman, and a rustic one too. So he congratulated her afterwards, of course. He asked for an appointment, and the day after he was at Falconetti's home and explains to her the project of La Passion de Jeanne d'Arc. And it was extravagant, it was extraordinary, it was something a bit foolish, you see. She liked that. She said, already, yes. But in her thought, she hoped that her charms will be acted upon Dreyer, and he would not any longer exige from her to be her hair cut.
So she was hoping that she would be able to charm him into not making her
at
cut
the end
hair.
of the film.
I see.
But she didn't succeed in that. But, so that's how she was chosen. It was the number one in the theater for her times. She was the first one, nearly like Brigitte Bardot afterwards, with funny plays or tragic ones. And the newspaper men, the criticals, you say?
Yes,
from
critics.
Theater,
Yes.
were very fond of her, of course, and the great public too. After the prise de vue, when the other players, other actors were coming back home, she stayed longer with Dreyer to see the rushes with him, very late in the evening. And in the morning, she was coming very early too, with a big car and very nice driver with the cap and anything, and the furs and the jewels and makeup. And she arrived, she put off furs, jewels, anything, and take off the making up because they are bare faces. You see, she always came inside the part, but absolutely, and the minute it's finished. She's somebody else. That she didn't play anything else during the film, but one day after the film was turning, she was playing Lorenzaccio. She has no time, and Dreyer had to be in a hurry because Falconetti must be free to play Lorenzaccio afterwards. When it's finished, she came inside something else
Yes.
entirely, and it was all right to do this film with somebody who sings just as she does, but that little thing into her life is not much. She never understood it was this film who gave her immortality, you see. Never. The movies were nothing at this time, and the theater players didn't want to do that because it was nothing. I don't think she never saw him again afterwards. She didn't want to play the pictures, you see, because it was not interesting for her. She wants to play theater. In a film, you are to be directed, as you said just a moment ago. And she is like that, of course. She bought a theater rather soon after the film, L'Avenue, it's called L'Avenue, Théâtre L'Avenue. That's because at this time she could say, I want to play that. Everybody, yes, Mademoiselle Falconetti. Yes. But certain of the plays she wants to play were too expensive to bring up. That's too more expensive for the director of theater. So they say, no, we can't, it's too much expensive because the costumes and so on and so on. So she bought her own theater to do what she wants. She put on Phèdre, Lorenzaccio, Les Jardins de Murcie, a lot of things. And very up-to-date.
Avant-garde.
Avant-garde, very much avant-garde. And that's why the director didn't want to play that, because nobody comes, sauf les intellectual people, a few one. Well, so she ruined herself with this theater. Yes. So the people who she ought to give money, he took the theater, it was a very nice property in the campagne, country.
Yes.
His big, nice apartment up at the Champs-Élysées, the car, everything. She had nothing. Ruined. So she couldn't play either, because when she played, the people, they put their hands upon her money when she plays. So she didn't play any longer. She came to Switzerland. She took lessons for singing. She thought to be a singer. And she was very sad at this time. So, 39, she took a boat and came to New York. But she never arrived because friends of her refused to take the responsibility of her behavior. It was necessary to come into States. She went to Argentina, Buenos Aires. She was taken in charge by Colonie Française, the little French who were there, who paid for the rent of the flat, and she died.